This is the One More True Wireless ANC Earbuds. Now, I see these earbuds as perhaps one of the biggest competitors to the Sony WF-1000XM3 because it's got many of the same features as the XM3 earbuds and then some at a lower price point. They retail for $199.99. The Sony's retail for $239. Now, similar to the Sony's, the One More ANC earbuds have active noise cancellation, ambient sound pass-through technology, a Bluetooth 5.0 support, USB-C charging. It's also got an app that allows you to do over-the-air software updates and to customize some of the earbuds features. It's also got a touchpad on the earbuds which lets you toggle between two different levels of active noise cancellation and ambient sound pass-through. Also, you can use each earbud individually for phone calls. Whether it be the left or the right earbud, doesn't matter, it will still work, like the Sony's. And the earbuds also have built-in in-ear detection so that it automatically pauses your music when you take the earbuds out of your ears. But it's also got wireless charging and high-resolution music streaming through aptX codec. The Sony's, they don't. Well, as for aptX, not yet anyway. It might have aptX in future. If you want to know why, click on this video over here. But there are some things that the Sony's kinda does better in terms of features. For example, it's got a slightly better battery life. The Sony's have got up to 24 hours of battery in total with 6 hours of charge in the earbuds. The One More's 22 hours in total with 5 hours in the earbuds with ANC. I've also had a chance to try the 1MORE's app, and I gotta say that the Sony's are far more customizable than the 1MORE's because through the Sony Headphones Connect app, you can fine-tune how much ambient sound pass-through or noise cancelling you want. There's a dial, so you can move the dial like 20 different levels to choose how much ambient sound or noise cancelling you want. The 1MORE's don't have any such option. The Sony's also, you can also customize how you want the Sony's to sound like using a graphic equalizer or some presets, options that the 1MORE's don't have. So you're gonna get a bit more flexibility from the Sony's compared to the 1MORE's, but I gotta say that 1MORE has done a pretty good job here in terms of build quality and design because the case feels very solid. It's made out of a, I think, aluminum chassis. It's got earbuds with a carbon fiber housing, so it both looks nice and lightweight at the same time. The way it fits in your ears is also quite similar to the Sony's with one major exception. These come with stability loops, so they are far less likely to slip out of your ear when your ears get wet or waxy. And the earbuds fit into a case which is a little more compact than the Sony's case. I mean, if you compare, these are a little smaller than the Sony's by about a third. So One More has done a pretty good job here in terms of build quality and design, but how do they compare to the Sony's in terms of sound quality, voice microphone quality for phone calls, noise cancelling performance, and audio to video latency for gaming? First, let's start with the sound quality test. I'm gonna put on the One More's now. This is also a good chance to test its stability. Very, very stable. Not bad. Okay, now I'm gonna play some music. Yep, okay. I was trying it at various volume levels with ANC on, ANC off, and I've done an A to B comparison with the Sony's, and this is what I have to say about its sound quality. It's got a pretty decent mid-range, so vocals in your music is gonna sound pretty smooth, loud, detailed, and clear. Its upper registers, its treble, can sound pretty muted at lower volume levels like 50% volume and lower, but at higher volume levels, say 70%, then it begins to shine, it begins to show a little more bite and a little more brightness Its bass performance, however, leaves much to be desired. Now, this is coming from a bass head, so if you don't like your music with a lot of bass anyway, then these earbuds are gonna sound just fine to you. But for bass heads, I would recommend something else. But at those volume levels, these earbuds can sound a little more messy, as in its track separation will begin to degrade. So I will prefer listening to these earbuds anyway at 50% volume. Its noise floor is pretty low, but there is still some residual hiss in the background, and it's a little more obvious when when the noise cancelling is switched on. Without noise cancelling, it's barely noticeable at all. Overall, these earbuds, they do sound pretty decent by virtue of its mid-range frequency performance. But before buying these earbuds, I will highly encourage that you head down to your local electronics store and give these a try first. Because who knows, maybe you'll find that these earbuds sound better than whatever you're using right now. But for me, the Sonys still hold the advantage over the 1MORE's in terms of sound quality, because I feel that you just can't get more dynamic range out of the Sonys with or without ANC compared to the 1MORE's. Plus, with the Sonys, you can further fine-tune the way you want your earbuds to sound like through the Sony Headphones Connect app. The 1MORE's, well, if you're using an Android device, then you can also download a graphic equalizer from the Google Play Store and adjust its EQ from there. But for Apple device users, it's not going to be possible to do that. Now, let's move on to the voice microphone test. As usual, I'm going to play some really loud cafe-style background noise, and I'm going to record a voice memo on my iPhone. And we'll see which of these earbuds have the better voice mic for phone calls. Background noise, 1MORE ANC, record. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So from this test, you can hear that the 1MORE's voice microphone quality is pretty good. In fact, its background noise cancellation is better than the XM3's. And my voice through the 1MORE's, yes, it may sound a little robotic, but it is still quite intelligible. But tell me what you think in the comments section below. Do you think the 1MORE's are better, or do you think the XM3's voice microphone sounds better to you? Before we move on to the noise cancelling test, first I need to highlight that the version of the 1MORE ANC TW that I have here is the China version. So its voice prompts are gonna be in Chinese, but if you buy this in your respective countries, it's gonna be in English. For the noise cancelling test, I'm gonna play the same background noise that I did before, and then we'll compare and see which of these earbuds have better ANC. Man, I'm such a poet.
降噪胎。 Noise cancelling.
So the XM3 earbuds are still the king of noise cancelling earbuds, but to be fair, considering that this is 1MORE's first attempt at noise cancelling earbuds, I'd say this is a pretty good attempt. It did cancel a bit of that background noise, but it's of course nowhere near the level of the XM3 earbuds. We finally come to the audio to video latency test. As usual, I'm going to test for lag using an Apple device and an Android device. The Apple device I'm going to use is the iPad 2018. For Android, I'm going to use the LG V40 ThinQ because that smartphone is equipped with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 processor, which, though it isn't a very new processor, it is a pretty high-end one that makes a great benchmark for all Android devices in general. The audio lag test will be conducted using a video game instead of a video from an app like YouTube or Netflix. If you'd like to know the reason why, I've included an explanation in the description box. Okay, first we're gonna see what no lag looks like on the iPad. This is audio straight from the iPad speaker, so no lag. Now the 1MORE ANC, then the Sony's. And then we're going to repeat the same test on the Android device. So when gaming on an Apple device using the 1MORE ANC, you're gonna experience a little more lag than when you are using the Sony XM3 earbuds. But when gaming on an Android device, then the difference becomes a little bigger. But to be very honest, this is to me still within the realm of the acceptable because I've seen worse. Yeah, I've seen worse. So here are my overall sentiments of the 1MORE TW-ANC. I think this is a very respectable first stab by 1MORE at truly wireless ANC earbuds because they've got a lot of things right. Its build quality is pretty solid, the earbuds stay pretty well in my ears with the stability loops really doing their job and keeping it in place. It is also pretty comfortable to wear. USB-C charging, wireless charging, and it's also got an app, and that really makes a difference because this means the 1MORE ANC TW can be improved further through a software update in future. And its battery life is pretty decent too. It's got up to 22 hours of battery in total, with 5 hours of charge in the earbuds. It falls a little short of the Sony's total of 24 hours, but the difference is not that big. But still, there are some improvements which I hope to see in these earbuds, whether it be through a software update, if it's possible, or maybe through a future version of the 1MORE TW-ANC. Now, I've already talked about sound quality and about how these earbuds are not really tuned to my liking, but at least give me the option of changing the way it sounds like within the app. Maybe some presets or maybe a simple graphic equalizer will do. Whatever the case, at least give us the option of maybe boosting its bass or perhaps making these sound a little brighter from within the app. Because right now, it's not really possible at all to change its sound quality, especially if you are listening to these earbuds on an Apple device. Improvement number 2 is more about its control scheme. Right now, if you want to say pause or play your music or answer a phone call, you need to double press on the control button on the earbuds, which is a little counterintuitive because the vast majority of truly wireless earbuds right now allow for a single press to perform those functions. So maybe some modification could be done to the control scheme through a software update in future, or maybe allow us the option of changing to a control scheme that we're more familiar with. And finally, its noise cancelling performance could be better, but then again, I wouldn't really fault 1MORE too hard on this because this is their first attempt at truly wireless noise cancelling earbuds. I mean, if you looked at Sony's first attempt, I would prefer 1MORE's version of a first stab at this genre a lot more. But overall, this is a very good first attempt by 1MORE, and I cannot wait to see what a future version of the 1MORE TW-ANC will look like. And whatever it is gonna be like, I'm sure it's gonna be awesome. Now, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think at $200 these earbuds are a good buy, or is it goodbye for you? Tell me in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. My name is Aaron. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please show that you like this video by punching that like button with a vengeance, Bruce Lee style, and sharing this video with your friends and family. Subscribe if you haven't already, and please ring the bell if you want to stay notified of new videos from this channel, because this is the only way YouTube will notify you of new content from this channel if you subscribe and ring the notifications bell. Until then, I'll see you again, bros and sisters, in the next one. If you're a humble person like me, this shirt is a great way to show your friends how humble you really are. And whenever you look in the mirror, to admire yourself of course, it will also help to remind you to always be humble. So guys, this is a pretty fun shirt to wear. You can check it out in the link below. It's available in t-shirt, tank top, and hoodie. Your purchase helps keep this channel going, and I appreciate your support, bros.